What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Evan and I make videos about hot stocks, dividends, and options. So if that interests you guys, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss when I upload. Now today's been kind of a crazy day for NIO. They actually hit a new all-time high this morning. They spiked all the way up to 34.78 before kind of tapering back down. Now they've kind of been bouncing around $32.50 up to $33. But in this video, we're going to kind of go over whether NIO is still a buy around this area and why they're actually up so much today, despite what's going on in the world with the pandemic and the election happening tomorrow. And we're also going to cover some news that has come out about NIO's batteries and how they're hoping to over double the range of their vehicles right now. So that's pretty huge news for NIO going forward too. But before we jump into those things, if you guys enjoy these NIO updates, make sure you go down below and hit the like button. It really helps out the channel and it lets me know that you guys are enjoying these videos. But now jumping into NIO share price today, like I said, they were almost up to $35 today and they're up 8.2% on the day. And if we actually look at the 1 week chart, you can see NIO is up 26%. And this is pretty big for NIO. They've continually been increasing the past week. Almost every day has been a green day. And I actually want to compare NIO to SPY, which watches the overall market. So here's NIO on the 1 week. And now I have SPY pulled up and you can see SPY is down 3.5% on the week. And SPY has been pretty much flat all week. I mean, they're tapering down, but every day they consolidate and then they drop the next day. They consolidate and then they drop. And that's been pretty much the pattern for SPY for the past week, except you can see on today's chart, SPY is up slightly. They're pretty flat. They're up 0.4%. But you can see, especially early morning trading, SPY was up a little bit. And the same thing is what happened with NIO. But now I think what's happening is there's so much uncertainty in the market right now. I think a lot of the uncertainty is due to the pandemic and the election, like I mentioned. Because even when good news comes out, like the deliveries for October that we're going to go over here in a second, NIO still was able to pull back down even after they hit that high. And that's kind of odd for NIO, because if we actually go back to their chart, you can see they spiked up and now they've been tapering down and they've been flat for most of the day. Where NIO, they usually start low and then they end the day high. And they could still do that today. There's still a couple hours left in the trading day and they could continue going up. But especially with the election tomorrow, I think things are very uncertain for NIO and just the overall market. And I would suggest, at least personally for me, now I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm going to wait until after the elections and after things kind of calm down before putting too much money into stocks. Now you guys can do what you want. Maybe NIO drops tomorrow or the overall market tanks tomorrow. I don't really know what's going to happen and we're just going to have to wait and see. But this is definitely a very uncertain time for the overall market. But now getting into the actual reason why NIO is up so much today is because October deliveries came out and NIO delivered 5,055 vehicles in October. Now this is a 100.1% year over year growth, which is huge for NIO. And they're still setting records despite all of this uncertainty in the market and despite the pandemic that's been happening. And you guys probably know in September, NIO delivered 4,708 vehicles, I believe it was. So to see 5,000, because that was their cap, that's really good for NIO. And you guys probably know going into 2021, NIO wants to deliver 12,500 vehicles per month. But October's deliveries consisted of 2,695 ES6s, 1,477 ES8s, and 883 EC6s, which is their newest vehicle. And I'm kind of surprised to see that many deliveries because the EC6 was actually just released a couple months ago and their first deliveries were in September, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think September was their first month that they delivered any vehicles. And so far in 2020, NIO is up to 31,430 vehicles delivered. And this represents an increase of 111.4% year over year. And this isn't even accounting for the next coming months of November and December, because those haven't even happened yet and NIO still has to deliver for those months. And so it shouldn't come as a surprise that NIO will probably deliver over 40,000 vehicles in 2020. And then going into 2021, if they're able to deliver 150,000 vehicles, that's going to be nearly a 4x increase in deliveries, which should drastically increase the price of NIO next year. But it seems like recently, NIO has just been on a tear, and it started because of JP Morgan. They put out a price prediction of $40, and I believe that was by June of 2021. And then we also had a price prediction from Morgan Stanley of $33. But since that $40 price target, NIO jumped up 26% in one day, and since then they've just been continuing upwards with little or no pullbacks. And another thing is that a lot of options traders, I believe, are influencing NIO's price. There's big banks and large funds that are buying options, especially calls, expiring both soon and long term. And in my opinion, these options traders are really helping to inflate the price of NIO. And because there's so many more options traders buying into NIO, especially in the last few weeks and the last month or so, NIO's share price has just been on a tear. And yes, it does start with news like the JP Morgan price prediction. And now today, NIO came out and said they doubled deliveries from last year. And so these are kind of the starting catalysts, and then more people buy in and the stock just continues upwards. And people do say because of this that NIO is overpriced, but the stock is going to be worth what people are willing to buy it for. Whether it's overpriced according to market cap and earnings per share and stuff, that's kind of irrelevant if people are always willing to buy the stock. It's just like Amazon. People have always thought Amazon has been overpriced. And that's sort of similar to Tesla too. Now I do think Tesla is overpriced, but I also don't see them pulling back anytime. So that's probably a similar situation that NIO is in right now. But now, like I mentioned, NIO is actually working on a 900 kilometer battery for their vehicles. And this is going to have a capacity of 150 kilowatts, and therefore enabling their batteries to produce 900 kilometers of range. And if you guys don't know, this is equivalent to about 560 miles of range. And so that kind of puts NIO vehicles, once they can produce these, up there with normal combustion engines. Because I don't know about you guys, but any car I've ever owned, it usually has a range of around 400 to 500 miles depending on city or highway driving. And so at least for me, this would be well beyond any normal combustion engine vehicle I've owned. And with this 150 kilowatt hour battery, this would more than double their current range. It says here of the NIO ES6, which had a range of 430 kilometers. So it seems like NIO is constantly improving, and they're constantly putting out these catalysts that are just driving the price upwards. I know for a while I've been saying, especially when NIO was down at the low $20 range, I expected NIO to hit $40 by the end of the year, and we already almost hit $35, and there's still 2 months left in the year. And I think all these new price predictions are going to be upgraded pretty soon, and then we'll see NIO share price start skyrocketing again. The only thing that I'm concerned about is elections tomorrow, and also constantly updated numbers about the pandemic. But if those things weren't in effect right now, I think NIO's share price would be even higher than they are right now, by quite a bit. So for those of you who made it this far into the video, what do you guys think NIO's share price is going to hit by the end of the year? By the end of December of 2020, what do you think NIO's share price is going to be at? Now keep in mind, they're almost at $34 and they almost hit $35 this morning. Now my price prediction used to be around $40, between $35 and $40, but they're basically at $35 right now. So I think realistically, they could possibly hit $50, especially depending on what comes out and what their deliveries are for both November and December, and just the total fourth quarter deliveries. And then as more people get news of the 2020 deliveries that they want to increase up to 12,500 per month, I think that will also be a catalyst driving NIO's share price forward. So let me know your guys' thoughts of the share price down in the comments. Also, if you guys haven't signed up for Webull, sign up, deposit $100, and you'll receive 3 free stocks now. All you have to do is sign up using the link in the description and deposit $100 to get your 3 free stocks. So don't miss out on these free stocks before this promotion ends. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like because it really does help out the channel. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you back here in the next one. Bye.